Hi you guys, I'm Ayana Charles. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I dive into all things personal development, helping you grow and heal and show up as your best self. Today, we will be talking about getting over a breakup. This video will be split into 4 parts: grieving, taking care of yourself, personal growth, and then the 4th part is addressing weakness and how to know you're healing. Now let's get on with the video. So first, we're gonna get into the first part of this video, which is grieving. So at this point of the breakup, it's very important to feel the emotions and to not suppress them, feel all the emotions, let it out. I understand, maybe you're busy and you have other things to do, so maybe that's why you're suppressing them. But I think it's very important to at least carve out some time in the day for you to just feel those feelings. I'm gonna be honest, I have work, I have other obligations and things that I need to do as well. And there was times where I was sad and whatnot, but I couldn't sit there and cry at my job because I had things to do. So, either on your break, if you need to cry, do that, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you want to cry or break or whatever in the bathroom real quick, if you want to set out time in the morning, maybe 30 minutes to just feel and think how you feel, do that. If you want to have it, at night, if you want to have time at night, if you want to make time at night, 30 minutes to just talk and just say out loud how you feel, do that. This is the time to grieve and just try to get all those emotions out. The healing starts when you acknowledge your emotions, and you have to remember that healing isn't linear. It's not gonna be fast. You were with this person for a minute, so it's going to suck and it's going to hurt. But at the end of the day, you and that person crossed paths for a reason. Maybe it was a lesson, maybe it was to help each other, maybe it was to motivate and help elevate each other, right? But now things have ended, and I know it sucks to hear. It's not necessarily what you want to hear, right? But the relationship has served its purpose, and it's come to an end. And I know you've probably heard it before, but if you guys were meant to be, you guys would be together. And if they broke up with you, just try to remember that you shouldn't want anyone who doesn't want you anyways. You deserve someone who is honest and loves you and adores you and, has you in their best interest. And if you were the one who did the breaking up, just remember that you did what you needed to do out of self-respect, because you knew that you deserved better and you needed more, and it's really brave to put yourself first and do what is best for you. Either way, it's important to not rush this process. It'll come in waves, moments where you feel like you're moving on, and then moments where you feel like you missed them. And that's totally okay. It's all part of the process. So let's talk about some actionable steps that you can take to help with the grieving process. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is to go no contact, okay? Don't stalk their social media, okay? Because that's not gonna help you at all. And you need to remember, out of sight, out of mind. If you wanna unfollow them, do that, block them, but you cannot be checking their social medias, right? Things have ended. That's the past now. You need to start working towards, your future now. Plus, not only that, it's kind of hard to move forward when you're still watching their stuff, because you're going to be over analyzing everything that they post. Not only that, but if you're still following each other, you're going to post things hoping that they looked at it or seen it, and that's not good for your healing process. So it's best to just go no contact. Number 2, allow yourself to feel everything. So this just means to set aside some time to either journal out your feelings, maybe talking with a friend, maybe recording yourself, just talking about how you feel and letting it all out. Maybe that's, going in your notes app and just saying whatever it is you want to probably send that person and tell that person, put it all out there, right? Because usually after you do that, you're going to feel better. You're going to be like, ooh, it was great to just let that out. And then you could always go back and watch it and reflect, and then you could realize like later on down the line, like, oh yeah, like I'm glad I didn't say nothing to that person. I'm glad I went no contact, and everything I wanted to say to them, I just let it out in the air or talk to a friend about it. Number 3, you're gonna want to lean on a support system. Talk to family, friends, a therapist about what it is that you're going to. This can even be a great time to reconnect with old friends or, get closer with your family. Number 4, try creating a new routine. It's gonna be kind of hard adjusting to their absence, and that's okay. It's understandable. But now with this new extra time, maybe it's best to try and create a new routine. Maybe, you're so used to waking up, texting them, talking to them on the phone. Now with this extra time, figure out maybe some hobbies and things that you can do for yourself to help with your own personal growth. Use this time, like I said, to find new hobbies, go on self dates, give yourself the love that maybe you weren't necessarily getting from that person. Number 5, create a breakup playlist. Hopefully this will get your mind off of them, or at least it's just something to do to pass the time. But yeah, make a playlist of a whole bunch of feel-good songs and things that get you hyped up and make you feel good, Of course, yeah, if you want to listen to sad songs and stuff, that's fine too. But have a playlist of some songs that get you hyped up. Number 6, declutter and reclaim your space. Whenever you are ready, I know it's going to take time, put away the things that remind you of your ex. Throw it out if you need to. Make some change to your space. Rearrange your room, move things around, get new things, throw out old things. This is the time for you to reinvent yourself, okay? Number 7, you want to take time away from triggers. So that means maybe not going to places that remind you of them, not listening to songs that remind you of them. Maybe that means, muting certain mutuals that may be connected with them, just so that hopefully, nothing of their stuff pops up and you end up seeing it unexpectedly. It's best to not really engage in things that are going to make you think about them. I mean, you can if you want to, but I doubt that it'll really help. I'm sure it'll just make you feel more sad. But yeah, you want to do these things because you want to try and find joy in things that don't necessarily involve them. Number 8, you want to start focusing on your personal goals. I mean, it's distracting, and at least you have something to focus on and something to look forward to. And like I said, it's a great way to just find happiness and joy outside of that person. Number 9, you want to just give yourself grace. I'm giving you guys all the steps, but honestly, it all depends on timing. It may be months before you feel like you can do some of these things. And that's okay. You thought you were going to have a future with this person, and now it's not like that anymore. So it's going to take some time for you to adjust to your new reality. Like I said, I'm giving you the tips, but it's not like a one by one, do all these things, you're going to exactly get over the breakup. It's going to help, yeah, but do it all on your own timing. These are just some things that I think you should try to do to start moving forward, but to actually be able to move on, it all really just takes time. So now we're going to get into the second part of this video, which is taking care of yourself. It's easy to neglect yourself after a breakup and to want to not do anything but stay in bed and just rot. But self-care is not negotiable in this part. So please take your showers, wash your hair, brush your teeth, eat something, stay hydrated, eat something, even if it's just some soup or some of that Ensure the meal replacement shakes. You need to have something in your system. I understand that they broke up with you, and I know it hurts, but you have things to do. You do not want to let your whole world fall apart because this person left. It sucks, especially like with being an adult. You got other things to do. So that's why I say, carve out that time to feel those feelings and then get your stuff done. Don't let that person make you fall apart because they decided that they wanted to leave. Because who knows, they might end up coming back, and then you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, oh my God, I spent all that time sad, crying, doing nothing for myself, wasting all that time sad about this person, and they were gonna come back anyways. I could have used that time to just focus on myself, but instead I was sad about that person. With taking care of yourself, make sure you're trying to get some exercise. That's, if you can, but try to go out, go on some walks, listen to music as you're walking. I know I say that a lot, but it really does feel good just going on a walk, listening to music. Like, it just feels so nice, like the sun early in the morning, no one's really up, it's quiet. But yeah, another part of taking care of yourself is just block them and anyone associated with them, or mute their accounts. Try not to look at their stuff. I want to try and move forward, so refrain from doing any of that stuff. Now for part 3 of this video, which is focusing on personal growth. This is the perfect time to shift the focus to yourself. This is that time to keep doing those hobbies you kept putting off, because you have the time to focus on yourself now without the distractions of other people, without having to worry about what, your partner or what someone else might think about it. This is the time to do the things that you've always been wanting to do. This is the time to start taking small steps towards long-term goals, whether that be fitness or maybe other creative projects. This is when you start building new habits and creating a new daily routine. A routine that's now centered around you, which should be the best part. Whether that's saving money, cooking more at home, journaling more. Anyways, most importantly, you want to try and learn from the breakup as you go through the emotions. Reflect on what the relationship has taught you about your needs and what your boundaries are. Reflect on what the relationship has taught you about what your standards are and what you will accept and what you won't accept moving forward when it comes to future relationships. This is the time to reflect on a relationship, right? Because when you're in it, you feel like everything is good. But when you're out of it and you can actually look at it as a whole, this is that time to see what were maybe some red flags that maybe you ignored or kind of brushed off and didn't really do anything about, right? Breakups don't necessarily happen just for no reason. And just know this, with every heartbreak, it just leads you closer to the person that is really meant for you. Because now with these relationships and all the experience, you know what it is that you want in a future partner. And it's going to make things a little bit easier. I'm not saying you're going to find someone easily, but at least now you can avoid certain people and don't have to invest your time and energy into certain people, because it's like, okay, I've already dealt with that before and I know I don't like that. You can see the signs in certain people and realize early on, oh yeah, they're doing these things that someone else that I dated did before, and I'm not going to put up with that. So you know not to move forward with that and to not tolerate it. This is the time to use this breakup to build emotional independence and to learn how to find joy on your own. It's important to redefine your life outside of a relationship. Maybe in that relationship you got lost in it. Maybe in that relationship you were so consumed by it and kind of made that person the center of your world that maybe you stopped doing the hobbies that you liked. This is that time to reconnect with those old passions that you have, so that you have things to do outside of the relationship. And like I said, your life doesn't revolve around a relationship. You want to make sure you have things to do and things going on in your own life to where when someone leaves, it doesn't break you. It doesn't feel like the end all be all. It's important to see this breakup as a chapter and not a failure. It's a learning experience and it contributed to your personal growth. So it definitely wasn't for nothing, and it definitely helped you prepare for future relationships, and at least that's something to be grateful for. Lastly, it's important to let go and forget. Learning to let go helps you release some emotional baggage, and it helps you move forward. You're not necessarily doing it for them, but you're doing it for yourself. It takes too much time and energy to be mad and angry at someone. I mean, of course, like, yes, you're allowed to feel your emotions and things like that, of course. But at some point, when you want to move on, if you want to move on, if you're trying to move on and heal, You need to learn how to forgive. Maybe forgiving yourself for mistakes that you made, forgiving them for maybe some of the things that they did wrong, and just learning to let go. Trying to not take all of that emotional baggage into another relationship. Learning that everyone has their flaws, people make mistakes, and it happens, and that's okay. You guys tried your best, and unfortunately, it didn't work out, but that's okay. They did you a favor by not being dishonest and staying in a relationship that they no longer wanted to be in. And I know it hurts, but at least you know that you don't want to sit there and spend more of your time investing into someone who doesn't feel, equally the same about you. Okay, so now we're going to get into the last part of this video, part 4, which is addressing weakness and recognizing your healing. Again, I know it's going to be tempting to want to go back to them, to want to talk to them, to want to text them, but you need to think about your self-respect. Don't let anyone tell you twice that they don't want to be with you. If people think that they can do better without you, if people think that, it's better to leave, let them go. And, maybe they'll realize that it was better with you, or maybe not, I don't know. But that's not on you anymore. That's on them. Don't go back to them, because then it's like you're just teaching this person that it's okay to hurt you, leave, do all these things, and you're still going to come back. No. And not only that, but you are not an option. You're not an option. You're not just something that people can just put away and be like, oh, I don't want it, and then come back months later and then be like, it's okay. No. You're stronger than that. So you're not going to go back to them. You're not going to give them that satisfaction just for them to be like, no, I don't want you. Like, they already told you that, They didn't recognize what they had when they had you. And I know you're probably thinking that there isn't better out there, but you're thinking with a scarcity mindset, okay? You found love once and you will find love again. It might take a minute, but you will find love again. Like, do you not think highly enough of yourself to think that anyone else would want you? You will find a way and you will be okay. I mean, come on. Like, are you not a funny, good-looking person? Do you not think you're a catch? Do you not think that anyone else would want you? Be for real right now. I know it feels like they're your everything. They knew everything. There's no one else I can connect with on a level like this. Let me tell you, you'll find someone else. I've been that person feeling like, oh, I'm never going to find anyone else like this. Let me tell you this. You're going to find someone else. Not only that, you're going to find someone better. It only gets better from here. You let go of things that aren't meant for you anymore, because better is going to come for you. You just have to believe it, and you have to be willing to accept it. The only way to be able to receive the things that are better for you and that are going to come into your life is you need to be so in love with yourself and so in love with life that you're gonna start attracting all those positive things. When you're in a more positive mindset, you act more positive, and then it's kind of like a domino effect. More positive things start to come. But when you're always in a negative mindset and you're always focusing on what you don't have, and you're in a lack mindset, that's all you're gonna focus on, and that's all that you're gonna see and get. So focus on the things that you're grateful for now. Focus on yourself. Focus on reconnecting with your passions and just doing the things that bring you joy in life. And when you do that, you're going to show up as your most authentic, happy self. Whew. And that's going to be seen in the way you walk, and the way you talk, and the way you interact with others. People are going to see that. They're going to see that glow about you. And it's going to attract people. It's going to make people want to be in your circle and be in your life. And the crazy thing about it is you're probably not even trying to find people, you're just attracting them because you're so okay and comfortable within yourself that it's like, it doesn't matter whether or not people come or go. And something about that makes people more attracted to you. So now let's get into some signs that you know that you're healing. So one way to know that you are finally healing is when you no longer feel the need to check their social media, being able to find joy in small things again, and you start shifting the focus onto yourself and thinking about your future goals without them. You start thinking about what it is that you want to do as an individual. Another way to know that you are healing is you can reflect on the relationship and the situation without bitterness anymore. You aren't triggered by their name or memories, and you're okay with being alone. Another way to know that you are healing is you are at peace with the past and you think about them less. These are all some signs that you are on the right track to healing. Well, that's it, you guys. I hope you guys like this video. I just want to let you guys know that breaking up doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end. It's just the beginning of a new version of you. Embrace the process and trust that everything will be okay. If this video helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe. Comment down below if anything I said resonated with you or helped you. And if you have any tips for getting over a breakup, you can put that in the comments down below. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.